Good morning.
Hello, everyone. I hope you had a very nice gathering afar from your family week.
Yeah, it was
Yesterday. We took the day off. It was Easter Sunday.
Yeah, it was a beautiful day.
And fifth day of Passover, I think, right? Yeah. Is that right? A beautiful day. Absolutely. 64 degrees. So.
I can't remember what day of the week it is, so you can't ask me those questions.
That's true. Yeah, it is kind of that way, isn't it?
Well, when we were having tea yesterday on our morning off, we started talking about, of course, what has been the center of many conversations, which is the pandemic, as well as the meaning of the day we were talking about, too.
Right. And there's so many variations on the theme, looking from the Christian point of view. Easter's not a Buddhist holiday, Hindu holiday, Islamic holiday, Jewish holiday. It's a Christian holiday. So Laura was just looking at what's the benefit, what's the kind of the meaning of Easter.
I like to look up the history of everything. I was actually a history major in college, so I'm always so curious. Rick was a history major as well. So
so go ahead and tell what your research was.
Oh, so what I figured out was that Easter actually started as a pagan holiday. And I thought that was really interesting because I think it's just so associated with Christianity because of the wonderful meaning it has in Christianity as well. But this pagan holiday was really centered around rebirth and renewal, which fits for Easter Sunday, but was something before it was actually Easter Sunday.
Right.
And we
preceding the birth of Christ.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So the pagan holiday really was rebirth and renewal, of, I think, everything, like the earth and everything around us, which
Springtime.
fits into, right, kind of fits into our theme in Chinese medicine, how we're so focused on the seasons. So we started to talk about how really everything that's going on around us is this opportunity for rebirth and renewal. And we're seeing so many tragic headlines, and I feel like it just throws us into this fight or flight mode where our adrenaline's just rushing, and sometimes it can feel paralyzing that we can't do anything to help ourselves. And I really think, this is an opportunity for us to help ourselves.
Yeah, we talked about, rather than what we can't do, because of course there's so many limitations because of quarantining and safe home and things like that, that we talked about, we actually started our day yesterday talking about this, about what we can do. I mean, sometimes I do things like I can't, and can't is kind of giving up. If you make a decision of you won't do something, that's different, but saying you can't do something for your health. So
as a choice.
Exactly, that's the word I was looking for. There are so many variations on the theme. There are some things that we inherit that I call it doomed by DNA, that we get through our family lineage, health issues. But there are other things, even if you do have that, there are things you can do to make it better, or to at least decrease the effect that has on you. I think you'd agree.
Definitely, and I think that this pandemic has clearly outlined some of those pre-existing conditions that are so clearly affecting our overall health. And not only are those pre-existing conditions that make you at greater risk, putting you at greater risk for COVID, they are also limiting you living your best life. And they're also limiting how fantastic you can feel every day. So by it being pointed out that, if you have diabetes or heart disease or high blood pressure or autoimmune disease or immune disease, those different situations which, perhaps can be worked on, it's an opportunity, because we both come from the place that any symptom that you have, any disease that you're diagnosed with, your body's just sending you a message. Right? There's something.
Yeah, knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's telling you that there's something out of balance and something that needs to be worked on. So this is our opportunity now, and we've even been given time off to work on it, and I'm hoping that we can embrace that.
And that's part of what has been a big part of our discussion over these 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks so far, is we all have the if, could, although, anyway, but we have these excuses we do. And when I say we, notice I'm using me.
We all do it.
If I only had. Well, I know this is a little intense to start your Monday with, but we just feel that you are in the driver's seat. And look, we know there are economic issues, there are health issues. Like, for instance, Asians traditionally are lactose intolerant or have issues with dairy. I am not Asian, but I have that as well. So what do? Don't eat a lot of dairy. There's just things, decisions simple as that you can make, that if you know there's certain food triggers, and Laura is well versed in things about food, any food triggers or anything that would affect diabetes or would affect, as we said, like there are heart healthy foods. And we live in the age of the internet where you can look up all this stuff. Look, we can sit here and dictate things to you to do. We love doing that for patients. Our point with all this is put yourself alongside us, not in front or in back of us, next to us, to do this for you and with you.
Yeah, we actually always call ourselves facilitators. It's really you guys doing the work, even with our main vocation, if you would call it that, from like the public or even the government point of view. It's showing now acupuncture. Acupuncture is really your body healing itself. All we're doing is placing the needles. Those points in your own body's energy and circulation and all that good blood flow and chi, that's what's healing you. It's not us. So your body has the innate ability to heal itself. Sometimes we need a little help. And that's totally okay. That can come in many formats.
Yes, we're not saying that. Yeah.
I think connecting with your body, listening to it, hearing those symptoms, looking at them as an opportunity to make yourself feel better, because that's what your body's trying to tell you.
Right.
Even though it can really bog you down sometimes. So I'm hoping that we are looking at this a little bit like a retreat this time off, and a wellness retreat to really feel our best and be our best selves. We have this time now. We have this time to cook. And, we have time to breathe and meditate. And Rick and I are showing you acupressure points, different wellness techniques. And we're going to keep that up with all sorts of different things you can be doing at home right now for you and your family, so that you can feel like your life is in balance.
And economically, we know there are simple things that even just, because some of us are financially challenged in the world, and we talked about this last
Especially
night
now.
with different economic groups too. Even just making decisions, like many cultures, like in the Caribbean, have beans and rice. Rice is a staple in China. We talked about this the other day about how you don't see a lot of fat Asians, a lot of fat Chinese, because I think they are diligent about their food. Chinese love their food. Trust me, they love their food. And so they make decisions, and they have the kind of the umbrella of their nutrition, and their diet is healthy. So I don't think that I wouldn't call them health nuts. They're not vegetarians or anything like that. And we're not telling you to adhere to a specific diet. Just make intelligent decisions for yourself that will help you.
And listen to your body.
Right.
Like, again, I'm saying, if you eat something and you notice the next day, I'm feeling a little sluggish or my digestion is off, then you back off from that and just start to look at things that are healthy for you. We talked about in one episode what the healthy plate looks like and what we believe the ideal diet is. So paying attention to that, and I'm going to challenge you guys today when we sign off to just do one thing. Write down one thing that you want to work on in your health picture today, okay? And start to work on it. So whether that be, you have a pre-existing condition, you want to work on that, or it could be as simple as my neck's a little bit achy, or my sinuses feel a little stuffy, or it could be something as big as, diabetes or one of the other chronic illnesses. But just writing that down and then looking at actionable steps you can take. And if you need help, reach out to us and just send us a Facebook message. Of course. And we'll be happy to try to guide you with that as well.
We're not wagging our finger at anyone. We've said this earlier in one of these broadcasts that the foundation of this medicine is everything in moderation, including moderation. We don't live in the world of never. We don't sit there and never have French fries, never have coffee, never have eggs. First off, eggs are bad today and good tomorrow. Coffee's bad today, good tomorrow, etc. Yeah. So just use that moderation technique for any of these things.
That's right.
Whether it be exercise and just don't overdo it, because that creates its own level of imbalance as well.
Well, it looks like we're in this for at least a few more weeks. So we're in this together. and we're here to help. And let's look at this as an opportunity. Have a fantastic Monday and set yourself up for a great week. All right.
All right, guys. All right. The lots coming in this week. We'll do all kinds of cool stuff.
That's
so
right.
See you later.